And welcome to Top Flight TV. I'm Christian and this is Mark, and it's finally here. It is finally here. The Premier League starts tomorrow and I am buzzing. You?
Hallelujah. I cannot wait. I've been looking forward to this.
I don't know about you, but when that sort of break goes, when the season finishes, every man goes into that "Hello darkness, my old friend," that sort of moment. And then as soon as it turns around tomorrow, we're all like buzzing like little kids.
It's a beautiful day.
yeah. So
can't wait.
So
can't wait.
We can't not start by saying Arsenal v Leicester tomorrow, and obviously you're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I am indeed.
So, what are your thoughts? Are you going to win? And if so, by how much?
See, it's funny. Season's gone by. Last season, the season before, you talk about Arsenal versus Leicester. I'd be a bit like, oh, Jamie Vardy, Mahrez. They could catch us on the counter attack. I honestly think that Arsenal will obliterate Leicester tomorrow night. I really do. The likes of Kolasinac, for example, that we were both at Wembley on Sunday with Brad, our co-host, and we all thought that Kolasinac was unbelievable, wasn't he?
It was fantastic.
He's a beast. We're at the Emirates Cup the previous week. Players that I think also are due to come to form. Alex Iwobi, I think he's been very impressive. I was surprised to see him start on Sunday.
I was impressed by him.
He proved me wrong, to be fair. He was brilliant. I think he's probably earned a call-up. And just generally, we're looking pretty slick. Maybe a little bit ropey at the back. But the likes of Rob Holding, Lauren Koscielny, there's some big players at the back there. So I think we'll walk Leicester tomorrow, if I'm honest. Of course, I'm completely biased.
They've bought Iheanacho from Man City for 25 million.
Big signing.
That is a big signing for them. And that begs the question for me, is this Vardy's last season? If he has a season like he did, not as prolific, will he go?
I can see that. I can see it potentially being his last season. Everybody, I think, seems to forget he was 29 the year he won the league. He's not going to get any quicker, put it that way.
No.
If anything, he's going to slow down. He will probably get 15 goals this season, I would have thought. I don't think he'll get any more. I think he'll struggle for service. I don't think Leicester are the same team they were 2 years ago.
No,
having said that, on their day, they're capable of an upset, aren't they? But I put it this way, I'm not going to predict Leicester winning the league this year.
No.
I didn't 2 years ago.
Well,
you didn't, because you lost a dare. If you remember, years ago.
I had to run in a mankini down the beach for charity, though, so it was all right. Interestingly, we obviously watched the Community Shield on Sunday, and Lacazette played up front with Welbeck.
Yeah.
Now, is that a one-off, do you reckon? Or do you reckon Wenger's sort of thinking these two could be a partnership? Because I reckon this season, they're going to bring back the two strikers in Premier League teams.
Arsenal have been playing a way that, the formation they've been playing has been a 4-2-3-1 for the last 10 years. It's got us limited success. I think what Wenger tried to do was pack the midfield. So when we weren't signing the players that we wanted to sign, we were paying off the stadium. We let the likes of Fabregas, Adebayor, Van Persie, Nasri all go to our competition. I think he thought, pack the midfield, keep compact, get them on the counter-attack. Arsenal have always had pace in the team. But last year, the last 10 to 12 games in the league, he changed the formation for the first time in a long time, and he went to 3-5-2-1. So Giroud predominantly was the striker as number one. Mesut Ozil and Alexis Sanchez were playing wide. But when I saw the team sheet on Sunday, again playing that formation, I thought that Welbeck will be playing up front as a striker and Lacazette will be playing on the left, because Lacazette has been playing on the left in pre-season. But he did it the other way around. He played Welbeck left, Lacazette as a striker. And it did work, didn't it? They didn't score. Lacazette was unlucky, didn't he? Hit the post.
Yeah, he looked dangerous.
But they looked dangerous, didn't they, on the counter? So to answer your question, Chris, I think that this season they're probably going to stick with one up top and two just behind. But I do think they'll probably at some point play three strikers. They'll probably play Giroud. They'll probably play Welbeck and Lacazette all at the same time.
Hopefully, I think I'm a massive fan of Giroud, and I hope he does stay, because he's sort of like a cult hero there now.
Yeah.
I think last season or the season before, I think they were thinking, we've got another Bentner on our hands here. But he's sort of turned it around on its head.
Yeah.
And
that Scorpion goal last year.
Yeah. That was annoying because Mkhitaryan did it better, and I'm a Man United fan. I hated that. That was the goal of the season, and then he did it again.
Literally, like what, the week later?
The day later. I was like, great, well done.
That was good.
So, predictions then. We're going to kick it off, obviously, for obviously tomorrow's game, and we'll do it every sort of weekend when there's big games on. So, prediction for obviously Arsenal. Don't be biased.
Well, I've just said to you earlier, I think Arsenal will walk tomorrow. I think they'll probably have a bit of a wobble at some point. They might go in at half-time 2-1, and Leicester have probably had chances. But I think as the game goes on, I think Arsenal will probably prove too much to handle. Arsenal are a confidence team as well. When they have let's say a strange loss at someone like West Brom, they'll struggle for the next 5 or 6 games. They beat Chelsea. They're incredible for 10 games, and then they'll lose somebody, to somebody away, and they'll get caught. So I think on the basis that the confidence is high, they beat Chelsea on Sunday. That's only going to go one way, Chris. Arsenal to get the 3 points.
A score? Do you want to do a score?
I'm going to say 4-1 Arsenal.
4-1.
Yeah, optimistic, I know, but
the curtain raiser on the day.
There's going to be goals, over 4.5 goals. For you betting fans.
Bet 3-6 foot betting play now. That's 2 different betting tops then.
Never mind.
I think I'm going to go for. I think I'm going to have to go for Arsenal purely the basis that they've got a point to prove, and I think they're going to come out the gates completely racing, and I think it'll be a 3-0 clean sheet.
Do you clean sheet?
I think it'll be a clean sheet.
Happy days. I'll take that.
So other notable games then, if you want to. We've got Watford-Liverpool. That's an interesting one.
That is.
Because I'll tell you why. Because Andre Gray, Burnley sold him, which I was baffled by.
Why? Yeah, I know. Why have they sold him?
Obviously, Andre Gray maybe wants to move, but Watford as well. They've got some strikers. They've got Troy Deeney. But
Carlo.
Yeah. They've got him as well, and it's exciting to see him go. And has he took a step up? I think he has taken a step up, really.
I think Watford potentially. If you look at if you look at previous clubs in the Premier League and how established the club is, you have to say that Watford are ahead of Burnley.
Yeah.
Watford are also in London. Having said that, Chris, there's how many other good teams in the Premier League that are based in London?
Yeah.
And Watford don't really ever do anything for me. They're one of those kind of. Forgive me, Watford fans, but they're one of those annoying teams. And, you play them away, or you play them at your ground. You're going to beat them, and yet somehow they'll stay up. And you sort of think to yourself, they don't really do much. You can't really remember anything about them other than Troy Deeney and a bloody penalty. And would you agree with me?
Yeah, I do. Sorry, Watford fans.
Watford fans, how you doing? But having said that, they find a way to grind out results. When the pressure's on and everyone thinks they're getting relegated, they stay up. So is it a step up for him? Probably, but not by much. If it were me, I'd have probably been looking at the likes of Southampton.
Yeah.
I'd been looking at the likes of even West Brom. I think that's the extra step.
You're right, yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
I would have hated it if he went to Stoke. Because Stoke, I think they're going down this season.
No way.
I think Stoke are going down. They fought so poorly. And
they always do, and yet they still survive.
Yeah, and I think, for me, I think predictions to go down. For me, I know it's early days, but purely we're going to go on the basis of transfers.
Yeah.
Burnley have not done well. They've pretty much let go of their star man, and obviously Joey Barton, you're out because you're betting all the time.
I think they'll stay up.
Do you think they'll stay up? I'm going to go for Stoke. And here's this interesting one here, right? Sigurdsson for Swansea is not playing on Saturday. So that begs the question that I think he's on the way to Everton. I think he's going to Everton.
This is one of those kind of prolonged transfer sagas over the summer that's just gone on and on and on and on. But eventually, they're going to get their man.
I think
you're right.
I think Sigurdsson's going to go. I think it's a great signing for Everton. Everton have completely taken me by surprise. But in the transfer market, they've obviously invested well. They've invested very, very well. But I think, basis on that, I think Swansea might go down. So for me, Burnley, Stoke, and Swansea. That's my 3.
Really?
That's my 3. Yeah.
See, I'm kind of torn between the likes of Brighton Hove Albion and Huddersfield, because I actually think that both teams are going to come up and really make a go of it.
Yeah.
Newcastle will be down there, but then I think they'll be terrible away at the big teams. But I do think that if the likes of United and Arsenal and Liverpool go up to Newcastle, I think Newcastle could trouble them, and I think they'll just about have enough points. Not to mention they've got the right manager with Rafael Benitez.
Yes.
I think Newcastle will stay up. I would probably say I think Huddersfield will go. I think they'll go out valiantly. I think Watford will go this season. I do. No disrespect again, Watford fans.
I don't think he likes Watford today.
Not being particularly nice. And if I was really bold, I'll probably say that I think Brighton will go down, but Bournemouth may struggle as well. Although they've got the right striker,
That's quite.
Bournemouth might struggle.
See, I think right.
Southampton also, I think, might struggle this
some
season.
tough ones, yeah, some tough ones. But I'm not going to go back on what I said. But Bournemouth, I think you'd be quite surprised about them this season. They remind me of like when Wigan were in the Premier League,
yeah.
and they were an established team for quite a while in the
There's
Premier
some players like Bullard, which are established, but not quite past.
I honestly think that Bournemouth are going to stay up, and I think you're going to see them stay up for probably for the next 5 years.
Do you think there's obviously they're two rivals, they don't like each other, Bournemouth and Southampton. Do you think Bournemouth look at Southampton and kind of admire what they've tried to do? And do you think Southampton look back at Bournemouth and actually think, do you know what, fair play, you've done it, you've come up, you've got a small stadium, you've actually cracked the Premier League, and you would just about now say that Bournemouth are an established Premier League team.
Yeah, I think
he is in the Football League, he is in the Conference.
I think they're going to get more money behind them. I think Bournemouth as a town is on the up. Yeah, they've got so much. You know, it's booming over there. We've been many a times out in Bournemouth. Yeah. And it's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I think they'll stay up. They've invested well. Jermaine Defoe, Begovic, that's a great signing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Nathan Ake, like I said, 20 million. That is a bloody steal. Yeah, that's a steal for an up and coming English centre back. That's a brilliant signing. Yeah. And I think Chelsea might be, hang on their heads in shame in there, because I don't know if Chelsea are going to do well this season.
I think Chelsea will struggle more so than last season.
Yeah,
I do. But they've got the right leadership. They've got some heck of a talent, Chris.
They do.
We didn't see Hazard last week, but you forget we're talking about one of the top 10, if not maybe top 5 players in the world. Yeah. He's fantastic. Yes. And you don't. I don't think you're going to struggle with world-class players in your team. Where Chelsea will struggle, in my personal opinion, is I don't think Morata is anywhere near the level of Diego Costa.
No.
Now, obviously, he gives them a bit of pace up front, but he doesn't give any defenders that real fear factor. They're like, oh, he's a nippy striker, he's up and coming. Diego Costa, you'd be shaking your boots if you were defending against Diego Costa.
I think he's come to England. He's got a lot of pressure on him, which is unfair. It's unfair, and obviously
nice penalty, by the way, on Sunday.
Hope
you like that video I posted the other night.
Yeah, it's unfair because obviously people like us, people like the English, they ridicule players. They ridicule players, and like I said, I can't see it. Like, I'm actually glad that we took the. I'm a Man United fan, like I keep saying all the time. I'm glad that we took the swerve and we got Lukaku and they got Morata, because after seeing Morata on Sunday, I was like, thank God for that.
I said to you, didn't I say to you, when you signed Lukaku, and a couple of people, our friend Brett was saying, oh no, we should have gone for Morata.
Yeah, what?
I said, what? If you look at the statistics, Lukaku's prolific, and he's proven in the Premier League. All right, Lukaku probably lacks a little bit of an edge, but that's on people like Kane, for example, or Aguero. He's not quite there.
But that's the good thing. That's the good thing is that he's the unfinished article. Yeah, he's the unfinished article, Lukaku. How dangerous is he going to be in the next 3 years? I mean, that's like
We're moving on to Lukaku now, aren't we?
No. Well,
we can do.
Well, that brings me on to the next game, which is on Sunday, and that is Man United West Ham, and that is a pretty big game for an opener.
Before we go any further, let's finish off Lukaku. Right. So he's scored double digits for the last several seasons. He played for Chelsea, didn't achieve there, went to Everton, proved everyone wrong.
Before that he went to West Brom, I
think. Yeah, he did well at West Brom. I think that in the likes of the World Cup a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, he didn't really perform to the best of his ability. I think he's ready now. I think he's ready for a club like Man United. I think that's a scary signing. And if you sign Zlatan again, just purely as even a bit like Giroud is for Arsenal, someone that can come in, shake things up, put the ball in the back of the net. I think Man United are going to be serious contenders this year. But also underdogs from the get-go. I don't think people are expecting them to win the league.
Well, yeah, I think that's the curse of the last few years, though. They're like, oh yeah, United aren't a top 4 team anymore, and it's rubbish. It's rubbish. Anyone that says that is rubbish. You know.
Well, technically they finished 6th, so
Yeah, well, whatever. They are a top 4. They are a top 4.
yeah, but you're not a top 4 team unless you finish in the top 4. I mean, there's no like logic to that, is there?
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Yeah, obviously Chicharito, he's back. He's back, and he's back where he belongs. I think
He's back in my fantasy team. What?
He's back in my fantasy team. What?
I haven't seen your team. Right? Is he actually in your team?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is. So
Oh,
coming
God.
for you, and Lukaku as well.
Oh god.
But yeah, when he left United, it did actually pain me. But he proved any critics wrong in the Bundesliga for Leverkusen, and now he's back in the Premier League for West Ham. And again, they've bought very well this transfer market, better than I think they have ever done.
Yeah.
Maybe obviously.
West Ham, I'm looking forward to watching them play this season. And like, if you go back from previous seasons again, I mean, you've got to go back to when they signed Tevez and Mascherano, to when you could say, do you know what, West Ham's a team I really want to watch. You know, they're on Super Sunday, and in previous years I'd be more concerned with the Jaeger bombs on the bar than I would be watching a football. Whereas this year, I'd be like, oh, Chicharito, it's making you want to watch West Ham. On top of that, they've got a fantastic stadium. They've got a great fan base.
They have.
West Ham will finish in the top 10.
I like. You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you there.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll get Europa. I like to think that this season they'll get Europa. They've got rid of Payet. They've got rid of that bad, harmonious sort of background in the
atmosphere.
Yeah, the atmosphere's gone.
The bad atmosphere's gone in the
They've got a new start. If they keep holding Lanzini, I think they're on to a winner here. But obviously, if Coutinho goes, which would be our next subject in a second, I think Liverpool want Lanzini as well.
Yeah.
So that obviously brings us on to our next subject. Will Coutinho stay, or will he go?
Jurgen Klopp has said this evening, so first evening, this is recorded, that there's no price in the world he will sell Coutinho for.
It's mental.
Bollocks.
It's bollocks.
As soon as that figure starts over 100 mil,
yeah.
See you later,
and
Philip,
that figure is thanks to Neymar leaving. If Neymar didn't go for nearly 200 million,
yeah,
Coutinho would have left for under 100 million, and that is my honest sort of. I think that is what would happen.
Yeah.
I think that's what would happen. But because Liverpool have gone, well, you've just spent 200 million, so I reckon we could push them a bit more.
This is going to sound strange, but I am so surprised that Barcelona haven't gone back to the likes of Alexis Sanchez. I know he didn't really necessarily make it there, but he's a good player. He's reliable. He will score goals. He'll create assists, and he is definitely a better player now than he was at Barcelona.
Definitely,
he's more mature. I know that much, and I'm surprised they haven't thought 45 million. We could get him. He would probably go back because you're going to be offered the Liga titles and a better chance of winning the Championship than Arsenal, because Arsenal aren't even in it.
Yeah.
But you know, that's a surprise, and you would have thought maybe they might have looked at Pedro again.
Yeah, I can see
it. Boots finally at Barcelona.
Yeah, I can see it. He deserves it. Pedro is a quality player. He's very underrated. But then with Neymar going, I don't think Coutinho fits that sort of left. I know he's been playing with it in Liverpool.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he suits that left-hand side.
When I see Coutinho, I think he's a similar player to the likes of Ozil or the likes of De Bruyne. I don't see him as a player that needs to drift out wide. I see him as a player as the playmaker.
Yeah, of course.
Box-to-box midfielder that should be creating assists, scoring the odd goal, but controlling the game and turning at pace, distributing the ball. I don't see him as the winger, the Eden Hazard or the Alexis Sanchez that's going to run past 3 defenders, cut in, play it on the plate for Daniel Sturridge, and put it in the net, or Suarez, wherever he plays next season. But it's a strange one for me. I don't think he's worth 100 million. I don't.
No.
But at the same time, if Liverpool sold him for 100 million, who else realistically are they going to buy to improve? And that's the problem. Well, there's no one really available at the moment, is there?
Last time they sold Suarez, they bought Danny Ings, and that worked out
well.
That worked out well, yeah.
They didn't give him a chance, to be fair. Ings got injured and Lambert didn't really play, did he?
No. Last question then, before we wrap up. By the way, we're outside in our makeshift studio because we thought, why not? It's summer, although it's stopped raining the last couple of days, and we thought, why not? Really?
We share our inside studio with another company. And they were using it tonight, weren't they?
Yeah,
so we weren't too impressed.
So we had to improvise, but So last question is: do you think that if I'll rephrase that. When the season finishes, do you think the transfer market should open then, and then it should finish on the day before, or a week before the Premier League starts, to stop all this sort of players' minds going, whereabouts? Danny Rose has just come out and said, if United ask me, I want to go. I want to go up north. Obviously Coutinho, obviously Sigurdsson. Their heads aren't right, and believe it or not, Sanchez's head's probably not right. So, do you think that they should sort of try and find a happy medium there?
I wish you'd told me you were going to ask me that question, because I could go on all night. But no, because the Premier League. What is the Premier League about, Chris?
Oh, it's exciting every single season.
Exactly, exciting.
And obviously,
what do you love? So August comes along, you're buzzing for the Premier League start. We can't wait for Arsenal Leicester tomorrow. We can't wait for our accumulators on the weekend. We're going to win some money. But it gets to about 3 or 4 weeks, and you're like, oh, it's getting to international break now, and you're like, all right, yeah, it's back now. We've enjoyed it. It gets a little bit stale, and then Jim White on Sky Sports News goes, guys, join us tonight.
That tie, that lovely tie.
That nice yellow tie. And it's like, it's transfer deadline day. How many of us are glued to Sky Sports News, and how many of us are on our phones all day? I'm at work, and I'm going, oh, Arsenal side, fucking no one. But still, I'm still going to look at, I'm still checking this deadline day at midnight. I'm still checking at 1:45. Who's Wenger's side? Who's Wenger? You ain't done anything, but you're still checking, and that's what makes it so exciting.
I do agree with you there.
So why should we? For the advantage of the clubs, yes, but for the fans, no way. Why should we say?
Greedy fans,
we want more. Why would we want deadline day to stop and be before the season when it's in the middle of this, or towards the end of the start of the season? It's brilliant. It makes things interesting. I don't know whether Alexis Sanchez is going to play for Arsenal, or be playing in China, or be playing at PSG, or be playing at Bayern, or be playing at Barca. I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't care. As long as we win the league.
Ain't going to happen.
But, do you know what I mean? It's making it exciting.
That's cool.
Arsene Wenger would completely disagree.
Anyway, guys, the sun's going down. I've really enjoyed tonight.
Same.
I'll make sure you do. Please like this our page and comment whatever you want to comment, even if it's bad. And click subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. It is there. We've got Instagram. We've pretty much got every social media under the sun. But yeah, we'll be back. Definitely, won't we? Yeah, can't wait. We're going to do a review show, the Premier League, or the opening weekend of the Premier League this season. That's going to start, when we're going to do that video? Probably middle of next week. Let you know our thoughts. Prepare again for the season, for the games next week. So, guys, we can't wait. We're going to win some serious money on our accumulators tomorrow. If you've got any Aki ideas, mate, I'm terrible at betting. So put your Aki ideas in the comments. If you win, obviously, don't put them up before. All right? Cheers. Burton Albion. See you guys.